Alrighty. There's that. Are you serious? There we go. Okay, good. Everything is up and running, apparently. Don't switch. Man, I kind of feel like the entire point of a username is so that it's fine for it to appear to people. I don't think there's any reason why Discord needs to hide it if you're live streaming.
You two, you're quick. What about the little one?
We didn't bring Eos because we don't want it to be harassed by weirdos.
What? There are weirdos trying to harass Eos? Who is it? Tell me and I'll teach them a lesson.
She really doesn't see that she's the problem.
Good kid. Don't worry, these two aren't the bad guys.
Have you booted up that logic core yet? Going well?
Don't worry, it's only partially booted for now. After the last troubleshooting session, I've managed to fully filter out the data and divert control of basic functions away from the dangerous infected data. Now I just have to wipe any sensitive data left behind regarding the prototype, and it'll be ready for the delivery to 3 Gates.
Fairy, can you help with clearing that sensitive data?
Negative. All logic cores that pass the Forbidden Fruit test, i.e., the core systems of AI-enabled machinery, are incompatible with my protocols. Forced intervention can have unforeseen consequences. Also, I prefer not to interact with ether-corrupted data.
Even Fairy's power has a limit. What are the terrible consequences of accessing data corrupted by ether?
I've prepared 10 disgusting metaphors to explain it to you. Which would you like to hear first? Note, human tolerance is limited to about 10 on the disgust scale.
So, what's the score of the least disgusting one?
11.
How about we get back to the matter at hand?
This commission doesn't require your faith in disguise. You two alone can handle it. I'm gonna debug this kid's cognitive command system. Only a few basic protocols are needed to set up a link between commands and its behavior. Put simply, I'll issue commands like go left, go right, touch this, touch that, and you'll need to follow my instructions in front of it so that it understands the connection between the commands and the actions. Once cognition is established, act out the commands from the kid to help solidify it. It's like teaching a toddler how to crawl or stand up. Got it? I'll run some system tests on this baby first. Just let me know when you're ready to go.
I completely forgot. Okay. I thought it was the other way around.
Great job! Well done! The cognitive commands have been recorded with precision. My only regret is that my little cutie Eos couldn't make it here today. The whole point of setting up this scheduled maintenance was an excuse to see that roly-poly kiddo running around.
I'll be right back. Okay.
Grace, you said the quiet part out loud.
All right, the controls have been sufficiently calibrated. Now I'll perform a full reboot to test the effects.
Is that gonna be okay? What if there's another rampage? What should we do?
No problem. I'm fully prepared. I've dismissed all the onlookers and kept the kids' fuel to a minimum. And Bellabog Industries has updated their health insurance recently. You have accident coverage, right?
Why so many precautions and contingency plans? Doesn't seem like no problem to me.
Don't worry, I'm a professional technician and I've got everything under control. Let's get started. Very well. The control system permissions are operational. Let's start the first cognitive command test. Go 5 meters forward. Command unfulfilled. Repeating command. Go 5 meters forward. That's strange. Why isn't it following my commands? Unless it really is broken?
Uh-oh. Quick, Wise, hide!
The battery in my control panel is dead. No wonder this kid's been so quiet. It wasn't ignoring my commands. It couldn't receive them. False alarm.
Wise, let's agree, Grace never gets to touch Eos ever again.
Agreed. And all the other Bangbu at home.
I need to get a backup power supply. Keep an eye on this kid for me, would ya? Its cognition systems are still fragile, so don't provoke it. And don't let anyone get close to it, including yourselves.
I gotta run back to the video store, so this one's on you, bro.
Why am I moving the box? Why are you calling this a bucket? Don't stand near the heavy machine.
Don't panic. The cognitive unit hasn't received any input commands for a while, so the machine's just running a system diagnostic.
Eddie? What are you doing here?
Have we met? How do you know me?
Yeah, Grace mentioned your name.
I see. So you're the Iron Witch's apprentice, aren't you? Which is why you're keeping guard here. Why is the system diagnostic showing such a strong likelihood of startup? Could it be...
No! Don't get too close!
Trust me, I know what I'm doing here. Her machines usually have a soft reset button placed at the back. If I'm able to get there, I can... Oh, no need to be so paranoid, you scrap heap. I am here to save you. I knew it. There was a repeat air loop during the self-diagnostic. Onboard memory was getting sapped, so a soft reboot did the trick. It's all because of her. Insisting on the stupid logic core is what has caused the problem.
Logic core? What's wrong with it?
The logic core is a precious technological breakthrough that grants mechanical creations the ability to have independent consciousness, potentially even enlightening them. However, this kind of technology is not required for production tools like industrial machines. I admit that the efficiency and work capacity of Belobog's heavy machinery are superb, but the cost of production and maintenance is going to be out of this world. Unfortunately, buyers on the market love pursuing these unnecessary and uncontrollable gold-plated features, so the industries followed suit and started researching personality tools. Let me ask you, if you want to make an axe that chops wood faster, will you equip it with jet thrusters, AI systems, and a voice that yells at you, "Master, Master," every time you poke it?
Oh, a jet axe. If it's real, I'd certainly want to give it a look.
You're the kind of person who still watches cartoons even though you're grown up, right? Listen up, apprentice. Tools are just tools. Their value lies in being easy to get, easy to use, and easy to replace. Use them while they're good, and chuck them out once they're broken. Personifying or putting them before humans is heresy. And that's exactly the type of person your teacher is. She's mastered new applications for personified operating systems, and in doing so, has grown contemptuous of humanity. She's just a weirdo obsessed with tools who gets things backwards. Okay. Huh? How is it moving again? Hang on. Stop right now. I was being careless just now, not hostile. Ah!
Abort startup. Huh. That was a close one, but luckily I caught it. Didn't I say not to provoke this kid? Betty, what are you doing here?
Yeah, nothing. Just, here to inform you. Three Gates Corp has officially recognized my company's application for tech cooperation. And, well, only one of us will be granted resource support on the evaluation day. Be forewarned, Grace.
I see. Well, thanks so much for passing on the message. If there's nothing else, I'll keep tweaking my little problem child, okay? Oh, yeah. And as for you, thanks for your support today. I'll give you a call when I need a hand next time. You can head off now.
See that? Something might have happened just now, but she clearly cared more about the machine than her own apprentice. That's the Cold Iron Witch I know. But it's fine. I'll soon let her know to never take people lightly.
Okay. Oh, that's right.
No,
I've got some.
I did not, because you said you'd...
She just couldn't remember if she'd
Yeah.
taken it. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
I'm standing by.
Touch my tail?
Huh? Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure?
You're too slow, Iron Witch. Betty! I'm already warmed up. Introducing the new tactical mech, upgraded for CoreLogic OS. Witch Hunter Alpha. Come on, demonstrate your might to our guests. Commence offensive maneuvers at 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock.
Following orders.
What?
It seems similar to that mech Grace was debugging.
Oh, what's wrong, Grace? Hard to believe the personality OS you were so proud of has been replicated by someone like me. A cheaper, more productive, and easier to deploy modular personality OS! The maintenance costs are half what you pay. There are none of the whole stability or personality disorder risks you fretted about. Didn't the market applaud your tech patents? They'd always say only someone who loves tech as much as Grace could achieve this. The cold and withdrawn Iron Witch, a weirdo who treats machines like people. This black magic you've been researching for so long, cracked just like that by me. Ooh.
Task complete. I suggest switching to auto defense mode. Is that okay, Master?
Go ahead.
Its intelligence system is crude, but I like its gumption. Approximately 1/millionth as professional as me.
All right, Barry. Don't add fuel to the fire. Wise. Is Grace okay?
Grace, are you okay?
That voice is so lovely.
I can't believe she just caved like that. Oh, no, of course she would.
It responded to the voice command and executed the instructions without any redundant movements, and the steering mechanism's brake nozzle is gorgeous. It only listed one default command when recommending actions, and still so immature. I love it!
Oh, enjoying it? Why are you admiring your rival's work?
This
Why
kid looks
wouldn't
really
she?
good.
Wait a moment, Grace. Don't fall head over heels for your rival's work.
Yes, I don't like it yet. You claim to have replicated Belobog Industries' patent, but I won't buy it just like that. I'll believe it when I see this kid show us a little more. Show it to me. Right here, right now. Best if you let me pick it apart myself so I can see better.
You know, the more you say, the sketchier you get.
Why would I let my rival disassemble my work? But, well, you do have a point. I'll have Witch Hunter Alpha accompany you to demonstrate the difference in technological achievements. I've uploaded the coordinates of Three Gates' meeting place to Witch Hunter Alpha's memory. Enjoy its company and appreciate its skills along the way.
Really? Thanks. But this doesn't mean I concede.
Wise, I'm starting to worry Grace is gonna switch sides.
This is the meeting point Betty mentioned. I didn't expect this kind of company. Prepare for combat. Let's go. Watch out. Perfect timing. Stand still. Catch this one! Wanna help me test it? I hope nothing happens when the Three Gates reps arrive.
Witch Hunter Alpha, enable escort mode. Take out the ethereals up ahead first.
Orders received. Suppressing with force. No valid targets remaining.
That was fast and so accurate.
Don't compliment your rival.
Oh, I am just getting started.
Warning. Units with high ether activity detected ahead. They are likely strong enemies. A direct confrontation is not suggested. Scanning for a suitable detour.
High-risk ethereals launched. Commencing annihilation.
It rushed off just like that.
Incredible! Such a powerful hit!
Feedback saved to data table.
Detour route cancelled. Warning. The area ahead contains many unfinished buildings. The path forward is blocked. Strategy modification is required. Scanning for a suitable detour.
Does it want to force its way through?
Now,
That
that's
certainly seems
surprising.
to be what it's doing.
Can everybody hear me? I've decided to give you a special demonstration of the long-range firepower of Witch Hunter Alpha. The personalized operating system I built is more precise than your version, Grace. You can command it effortlessly. Witch Hunter Alpha, destroy hostile units ahead. Open fire!
Target locked. Awaiting orders. Catapult. Grounded missile launched.
Huh? It missed?
No. It's still...
So you could tell, right? Now, correct. It can identify the best target to strike.
Interesting.
We're here. Good timing. The Three Gates reps and public security will arrive shortly. How about it, Grace? Willing to admit defeat?
I'm willing to admit this kid is indeed a superior mech, with strong firepower, good mobility, and responsive controls. A weapon well suited for mass production. When I first encountered it a few days back, it didn't have the Personality OS installed. I never expected our patent to be reverse engineered to such an extent in such little time.
I finally got to see the day that Grace
She didn't,
admits
though.
defeat. Ho-ho!
Not just yet. I have a question to ask you first.
Ask away.
It's not a question for you. It's for the kid.
What?
Witch Hunter Alpha. How high should the driver's seat be set?
I have neither a cockpit nor a seat. Your question does not make any sense.
What if you were to suggest a seat height? What would it be?
Nothing over 140 centimeters.
Seat height? What kind of question is that?
Betty, shut down Witch Hunter Alpha right now, or uninstall the Personality OS. We need to take it out of the Hollow ASAP.
What nonsense.
I have no idea how you've gotten your hands on it, but I'm certain your Personality OS is plagiarized from the data frame I've deployed in our prototype.
Oh. Hey, no need for such ugly accusations. Resorting to this all because you can't admit failure? Just because you asked a useless question, you're now accusing me of plagiarism?
140 centimeters. That was Koleda's height back then.
Huh?
The former president of Belobog Industries, Koleda's father, and my mentor, Horse. When he finalized his prototype, he calibrated a specific seat height so that his daughter could pilot it from the get-go. That height was directly embedded into the logic core. On the way here, I realized Witch Hunter Alpha's thinking patterns were similar to those of our kids. I was suspicious if you used the same data framework. The answer to this question has finally convinced me. Only our prototype, a Belobog Industries mech, could know this by default, because my sweepy gets mad if the seat is set too high.
How you and your venomous slander?
That's a really
just a
weird
coincidence.
coincidence.
You know
That'd be a
deep in your
very
heart
weird
it's not.
coincidence.
Listen to me, buddy. The logic core data from the prototype hasn't had comprehensive troubleshooting yet. There's still lots of corrupted data that needs stripping away. Using a copied framework means it's also contaminated with corrupted data, and we've already been inside the Hollow for over 2 hours. This kid is at risk of losing control at any second.
Why would... No way. You're lying. I won't be tricked.
Really?
Why would what?
Still not giving up. Fine. Here's another task for Witch Hunter Alpha then. Translate this. Red, green, red, red, green.
Red? Green? Now what are you up to?
Box, bucket. Box, box, bucket.
Huh? How are you speaking in unison?
Because this is the cognitive command code I installed when I debugged my kid. Wake up, Betty. Turn off Witch Hunter Alpha right now.
So Betty stole the data while we were troubleshooting.
Warning. Hostile behavior detected. Initiating self-defense mode.
I know you're just bluffing. Go, Witch Hunter Alpha. Get
Really?
rid of this trickster witch. Oh, huh?
Betty, watch out!
Hostile targets locked. Commencing pursuit.
Proxy, let's go after it!
Witch Hunter Alpha, stop!
It's lost control. After it!
It's just a simple mistake, a little hiccup.
That child is your heart and soul, right? Hurry up!
Stopped? I've updated the target for the guidance module. You're just a machine. You dare defy me? This is your... What? It dodged it? Witch Hunter Alpha, enough now! Do as I say! Stop!
Was, I, bleh.
That's not what I meant to do. Oh well. Ow.
Ready? Direct hit! Here we go!
No! Why won't you...
Don't lose your head. Just get after it.
Warning. Increase in engine output detected.
Very well then. You forced my hand. Now, set the explosives along its current trajectory. Go down!
It's still moving.
Why? Why?
Warning. Fire control system and onboard weapons have been damaged. Entering attack mode.
The target's hull has been damaged. Ether activity is steadily increasing.
That's no good. We're not doing enough damage to stop it.
Oh gosh, how could this happen?
Betty, what now? Any contingency strategies?
You're asking me?
Of course I'm asking you. You're that child's mechanic. You know it inside and out. Think about how to solve this problem.
The logic core is already corrupted. I can't command it.
Pull yourself together. Now's not the time to be pessimistic. Oh no, those mech attacks keep getting stronger and stronger. Are there any software vulnerabilities we can exploit? Any hardware damage? Contingency protocols? Module defects? Think! Quick!
Run.
What's that?
Run! Just run! I admit it. I plagiarized your data framework. I just built a simulation layer over the top of the base structure. I don't know how to deal with this situation. Let's run. Our weapons aren't enough to deal with it, and it will only get more dangerous as it corrupts.
So, what about your mission, then? What about the 3 Gates reps?
I'll explain things to them and let this crazy piece of metal fend for itself. And we can still call up the HIA to come take care of it.
What kind of joke is that?
Ah!
I didn't expect that. That's the first time I've ever heard Grace roar.
Why can't we run away? Anyone with common sense would do the same. We're facing an experimental weapon that's out of control, and our only control tool is broken. That's it. Let's leave things up to public security or the HIA. It's totally reasonable. I know what you're thinking. You just won't give up on that mech. You want to save it like it's a person, but this obsession with machinery is fanaticism. Why are you making me stay with you?
Enough with all your nonsense. Leaving problems behind for someone else to handle. You're just shirking your obligations. You're that child's mechanic. It's your responsibility to deal with it. Run away? Have you thought about how many other people would be risking their lives because you neglected your duty?
I don't know what to do.
Hand over the control panel.
Huh? What are you gonna do?
Take back control.
Take back control of the logic core while it's being corrupted by ether? How?
You said that you only built an emulated control layer, right? If the central control system and mech command are carried through the emulated control layer instead of direct authorization from the logic core, then there's still a chance.
But that'll be almost impossible unless some magic happens.
Frosty Cold Iron Witch.
Huh?
Isn't that the name you've been mocking me with? If you need some magic, don't you need a witch on your side?
Pinch maneuver.
Max potential energy.
Copy that.
Really?
Watch out! Surprise attack! Ready?
Strike zone.
You rang?
Every effort Almost on target.
Its main control system's damaged. Now's the time. Betty, give me the control panel.
What? Here.
Cut autonomous order percentage. Switch permissions to G44. Cease fire control radar module. Change power distribution to manual. Restart energy pump. Too slow.
Its logic core is out of control. We won't make it.
Is the soft reboot button in the middle of its frame?
Yeah. Wait, you want to try a manual reboot? Are you out of your mind?
Isolate and disable weapons.
It's done. Huh?
Right here.
Oh dear. What?
What a good kid. Welcome back. Yikes! I never expected those PubSec agents to come so fast. I didn't get a chance to appreciate that kid's insulation coat as much as I would have liked. What a texture, despite all the battle damage.
Incredible, Grace. Truly amazing.
Turns out, Grace isn't really a freak. She only acts like one because she's a consummate professional dedicated to her field.
Hey, that was rude. Do you think it's easy being a corporate technician like me? Especially considering how young I am. As an apology, I'll let you give me this cute little thing to pet. I mean, research for a few days.
I'm afraid I have to refuse. We can't give you EOS.
Betty. Betty Brenda!
If you want to laugh at me, be my guest. I've got nothing to say.
Great job constructing that emulated control layer.
Huh?
The voice print conversion command was so good I almost got fooled. Even though the incomplete data framework caused lots of operational errors and low efficiency, there's still lots of room for improvement. If you're interested in Personality OS research, I can give you some sample data from our prototype. Of course, you'll have to wait until your suspension is over and you've regained your mechanics license.
I lost. Completely, thoroughly. Good luck with your technical collaboration, Grace Howard.
You're still willing to give her sample data.
Proxy, have you heard of horsepower as a unit of measurement? It indicates how many horses would be required for an equivalent output of force. Industrial machinery usually has a horsepower of several hundred or several thousand. Don't you think this is a real boon for horses? Because these machines end up saving hundreds of them from the pain of manual labor. People are just the same. An industrial machine can save dozens of engineer teams from Hollow-related danger, and a tactical mech can save several combat squads from having to face ethereals. And me? Actually, I can't say that I simply love machinery. All I'm infatuated with is the prospect of saving humans from getting ruined inside the Hollows, and sparing their families all the suffering and grief. I may have destroyed many times the machines that my peers, indirectly or otherwise, have. So that's really why I'm a witch, you know? Even if it makes me cry out in sorrow, I still have to send these kids out there to face fatal threats. But if there were more witches like me in New Eridu's future, just a few more people willing to care for these machines and shed tears for their sacrifices, well, maybe these kids would be more willing to forgive us for what we expect of them.
Good afternoon, dear God. Oh,
Ugh.
no! I thought I should call you Oh Great Manager here.
So, is there anything I can do for you?
It's not here, Rena. I'll go check the shelves back there.
Oh, well, all right. Oh, the shelves have hard edges. Be careful not to bump into them and hurt yourself.
Who's the old lady? Is she looking for something?
Oh, my apologies. I forgot to introduce you. That's my client, Granny Leisha. I'm helping her look for a special sort of sweet cake.
Sweet cake? So, some kind of dessert?
I don't believe so. It's not just a sweet cake. According to Granny, it's a sweet cake with a silly smile.
Rena, the silly sweet cake isn't on the shelves either. I'll check under the counter.
Okay, Granny, but please don't disturb the other customers. She can't quite tell me what this silly sweet cake is, but she really wanted to come to 6th Street to search for it, so I thought I'd try my luck at your store.
A just can't find it, Rena. I can't find the silly sweet cake anywhere.
Oh, please calm down, Granny. I'm here to help.
Okay.
Do you have any movies about silly, smiling sweet cakes, Manager?
We've got a lot of silly comedies, but none about sweet cakes. I can't imagine what that'd look like.
It's a sweet cake that's this big, all round and chubby. And it's so funny when it giggles. Where did it go?
We spent the morning looking in the dessert stores, and none of them had a sweet cake that was this big. Silly sweet cake might refer to something round that looks like it's smiling? Well, we're out of dessert stores, so I'll take her to the toy shops this afternoon.
You just reminded me. Round and with a silly smile. That sounds like Mr. Panda at the coffee shop.
Ooh, a glimmer of hope. I rarely come to 6th Street, so I'm not very familiar with the area. Thank you for your suggestion, Manager. Come on, Granny Leisha, let's head over.
Rena, I can't walk anymore. My legs hurt, and my mouth is dry.
We have been walking around for hours. Granny, why don't you rest here a while?
Mr. Panda isn't far away. I'll go take a picture. I'll show it to Granny, and she can decide if it's the sweet cake she's looking for. You guys wait right here.
Thanks for your help. I'll stay here and look after Granny while you're gone. The bottom layer is vegetable and ham sandwiches, the middle layer is fresh out of the oven butter scones, and the top layer is low-sugar fruitcake.
Wow.
For tea, I have prepared rose tea and red tea. Do you take it with milk and...
Wow!
Such impeccable afternoon tea. I have to say, I'm impressed, Rena.
Ah, Manager! You're back just in time. Please come and enjoy Rena's specialty afternoon. Due to the situation at hand, I was unable to make anything myself. So these were all carefully selected from nearby shops while helping Granny look for the sweet
That's
cake.
definitely for the best.
That's a relief. Oh, I mean, vegetable and ham sandwiches are balanced and nutritious, so...
Sweet cakes? Picture?
Oh, right. I took a photo of the silly...
What do you think, Granny Leisha? Does it look familiar?
Nope. This isn't it. I'm looking for the drooling sweet cake.
Huh? I thought you were looking for the silly sweet cake.
No, it's the drooling one. Oh, no. I'm looking for the loud-mouthed sweet cake. The whole corridor can hear it when it cries.
I understand. Look, don't worry. I'll help you find whatever kind of sweet cake you're looking for. Manager, can I have a word? I owe you an explanation. First of all, please allow me to express my thanks and apologize for any inconvenience. You see, this lady isn't just any client. She's my evaluator. I participate in the new Eridu Housekeeping Association's assessment each year on behalf of Victoria Housekeeping. This time, my assessment for the best service of the year is to serve Leisha Christie. Yes, Granny Leisha. I had a general idea of what the service would entail, as I've participated in previous years, but this time's a little different. Granny Leisha didn't ask for any housekeeping services. She just keeps asking me to help her find sweet cakes. This test is trickier than I had expected. She might deliberately be giving me a difficult challenge. But I'll take care of things myself. I wouldn't want to affect your business.
It's okay. There's not much going on with the store. I can keep helping Granny. You can think of me as a free guide to 6th Street.
Really? Oh, that's
Hi.
great. You're an amazing guide, both in and outside the Hollows. Then let's cover all corners of 6th Street and capture photos of any suspicious sweet cakes that fit the criteria.
Welcome to the stream. Haven't seen you around before. Not exactly surprising, like 2 people watch me. I'm gonna make the wild guess that probably none of the things that are marked actually qualify. Can't say I really understand how that qualifies.
Is there really anything here that fits the criteria of a sweet cake? It's round, and it makes a lot of sound. Oh, it's a record! This music store has impeccable taste. The collection is... this record. Just looking at the cover reminds me of something interesting.
Are the songs on this album good? Or does hearing it bring back fond memories?
Both. There was an incident during the recording of this album. One of the performers quit temporarily. My job was to save the day and perform in her stead. That was a challenging job. Can you guess which instrument I was in charge of?
Based on the way you fight, I'd guess the piano.
The electric guitar!
There's no way I'd guess that.
Right. We've taken pictures of everything we can think of. let's go back to Granny Laisha. Her sweet cake keeps changing form, but I don't mind it much. The Housekeeping Association's assessments were always the same in the past. Either a normal service job or going into a hollow to deal with ethereals. Finding something made up is unexpected, but at least it's creative. Let's hope these photos contain the sweet cake Granny wants.
Rena's a lot less weird than I expected.
Oh, you're back! Rena and, Rena's little sidekick.
I'm not a sidekick, Granny Laisha. I'm the manager here. Just call me Wise.
Sorry, Manager Wise. Please allow me to apologize on her behalf. Okay, Granny. We have the pictures. Are any of these the loud sweet cake?
No. Oh, I remember now. Waves. The sweet cake was floating on white waves up and down. Yes, that's it. It was a white wave sweet cake, just like the one always floating around you.
Yeah, I kind of thought she might be talking about a bang booth since a while ago.
But they're not sweet cakes. They're my trusted companions, with their own names. For example, this little blonde bang-boo with bangs is called Drusilla. Ooh, if I hadn't turned on silent mode earlier, it would certainly be making a fuss about how the sweet cake has changed yet again by now.
Yeah, why has it changed again? A white wave sweet cake that looks like Drusilla.
Master, if I could interrupt. By combining the keywords Laisha Christie and waves, I have found a news article about an incident involving a Miss Metropolitan beauty pageant dropout.
That voice just now.
It's the smart voice assistant on my phone. Don't worry about it.
Oh! Well, that's a very thoughtful AI assistant. Of course, I understand it's your little secret. Further inquiry would go against Victoria Housekeeping's rules of etiquette. In any case, it's a timely tip. Let me check the news. I should be able to find it on my phone. Miss Metropolitan Dropout. Ah, here we go. And it's actually a news article from 41 years ago. On the night of the highly anticipated finals, top contender Laisha Christie, favored to win, suddenly drops out, conceding her Crest of Waves. I see. So the Crest of Waves is a round crystal trophy awarded to the winner. There's also a photo of the dropout attached. If I compare it, it's true. I never would have expected the housekeeping evaluator would be the star of such a contest. What a mysterious lady. The sweet cake floating up and then down. It must refer to Granny losing the trophy. If that's the case, it's easy. We simply need to bring her the Crest of Waves.
How is that easy? Thank you.
I think you're redefining the term easy there, Rena. Where are we gonna get a 41-year-old trophy?
The competition is held every year, even now. I just happened to have participated last year.
Wait, Rena, you participated in Miss Metropolitan?
Yes, the competition was divided into many sections, such as singing, acting, painting, cooking. Can you guess which I took
I
part
can
in?
guess, but I'm sure it's...
Based on my last guess with the instruments, I'd have to assume something unlike you. Could it be cooking?
Why is cooking unlike me? I'm a little curious, but never mind. I'll tell you. The answer is all of them. Actually, that year's competition was in urgent need of a makeup artist, so I stepped in to help. It was quite busy, but still an enjoyable experience.
Oh.
Who could have guessed that? I feel like I've been tricked.
Oh, I was just teasing you. Please, don't mind me. But because of that, I know the competition organizers, so asking them for a commemorative trophy shouldn't be a problem.
Rena, can you find my wave sweet cake?
Don't worry, Granny. I'll find it for you. Whatever kind of sweet cake it is. It's getting late. I'll take her home first. You should get some rest too. Thank you again for your help.
It's not behind the shelves.
Granny Leisha? What are you doing here?
I'm looking for the sweet cakes. The silly sweet cake isn't behind the shelf. Ah, I remember you.
I'm not Drusilla. My name is Wise. Say it with...
Are you looking for the silly sweet cake again, Granny? Is this still part of the assessment? Oh, but it's okay. I still have the pictures from yesterday. Here, Granny. Are any of these photos the sweet cakes you're looking for? Granny? Granny, are you listening? Granny Leisha? She's completely focused on the TV. Manager, what's that on the TV in the corner? Is that an ad for a movie?
Yeah. It's Invasion Next Gen. It's about a hollow appearing in the city, and the ethereals inside.
It's a hollow. There's a hollow. The sweet cakes are in danger.
What's wrong, Granny? That's just a movie. It's not real. My Drusilla! If this is still part of the assessment, it seems a little bit excessive. Or perhaps Granny really was affected by the ad. We should go check on her, Manager. Drusilla has a GPS chip, so don't worry. We won't lose her.
What's up? I'm doing pretty okay. How are you? And also, welcome to the stream. I can. Is my microphone not picking me up or something? No, it definitely is. I've already answered. How long of a delay is my stream on? Today for about an hour and a half, in general, since it released. I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Why? Let's see. Oh, I stream all kinds of stuff. I've been streaming this a lot because it's new, but I stream Warframe pretty much anytime it gets an update. I'm gonna be streaming something I haven't streamed before, starting sometime next week. That's something I generally avoid answering online. Sorry. I'm sure it's something that people could pick up easily enough from my streams, but I'm always happy to hear suggestions. Yeah, honestly, I'm always meaning to ask away. Anything I don't want to answer, I won't answer. But I've been meaning to do something to make my channel look a bit nicer. It's just hard to sit down and do anything. Rather than seeing some of your work, I think I'd instead recommend that you try taking a look at at streamers' rules before you start talking to them. Mine say pretty specifically that I'm not interested in having people's stream assets advertised to me in my chat. Regardless, it seems to me like the only real reason to show to show that to someone would be hoping that they're interested in it. And I personally, if I do anything of the sort for my streams, would rather make it myself. And I used to have a Discord in my stream description, but I had to take it out specifically because of how many people I had doing exactly this. I'm not... Whether you're expecting me to buy anything or not isn't the issue here. Technically I could, but I think I won't. If you're interested in the stream, feel free to watch the stream, but I'm sorry, but this just isn't something that I'm interested in. Thank you for stopping by, though. Not in my chat, no. I can't say I understand the point in asking a question if you don't intend to wait for the answer.
I can't run anymore. My legs hurt. And
Have you calmed down now, Granny?
you guys.
No need to act so surprised. We've been right behind you since 6th Street.
You. Who are you? I don't have any money or anything of value.
Huh? Granny Leisha, are you being serious? I'm Rena, and this is the video store manager, Wise.
No. No idea who you are.
Then, do you still remember the sweet cakes you're looking for? The silly
Sweet cakes. Oh, yes, I remember. I'm looking for my sweet cakes, but I've lost them all. I arranged to look for sweet cakes with someone yesterday. Who was it again?
What's going on? Is the housekeeping associate...
With her reaction to that ad, I'm afraid this is more than just the housekeeping assessment. Have you heard the medical term, cognitive corruption syndrome? Anyone who stays too long in a hollow may develop the disease in their later years, regardless of their ether aptitude. Symptoms include rapid memory decline, cognitive disorder, and repetitive speech. In severe cases, one's memory can regress to that of decades ago, forgetting everything that occurred afterward.
You mean she really forgot us?
I'm just speculating. But having provided care for elderly individuals with this condition in the past, it's all far too familiar. The constantly changing sweet cakes, not recognizing us. If it's not an intentional act, then it seems like the most likely possibility. Either way, I'll take Granny home first. There are plenty of ways I can confirm my hypothesis. Thank you, Manager. You must be tired too. You should go back and rest.
Okay. Let me know what happens, Rena. Goodbye, Granny Leisha.
Goodbye.
I'm sorry for the inconvenience caused to your store these past few days. Please, pass on my apologies to Belle, too.
Oh boy. Ah, okay. Alright, doesn't seem to be picking up on the microphone, so it's not something I'm that worried about.
Huh? Rena apologized to me? Well, you're always the one taking care of things whenever she visits. I haven't even met Granny yet.
Ah, you're both here.
That was fast. Is Granny's house close to here?
She lives near Lumina Square, so it didn't take long. But I'm a little worried about her. I checked with the neighbors. She's lived alone for a long time, and she does suffer from cognitive corruption syndrome.
If that's the case, Granny isn't intentionally causing trouble. It's because of her illness. I'm surprised the Housekeeping Association chose her for the assessment. By the way, why didn't Drusilla resist when it got taken by Granny? It's a combat bamboo. It could have easily gotten away from her.
Is it because it had been switched to silent mode?
Even in silent mode, Drusilla can move on its own. I asked the same thing on the way here, and it gave me an unexpected answer. When Granny carried it away, she kept saying, "I can do it. I can protect you." That made it mistake Granny for me.
Huh? Is that possible? There's a pretty big difference. Could that phrase be some kind of passcode?
The Drusilla in front of you is actually designed based on a doll I picked up when I was little. I didn't have many friends at the manor back then. All I had to talk to was the doll I named Drusilla. Father didn't like the doll. He said it was something the servants had used, and told me to throw it away. But how could I throw away my only friend? So, I hid it in various places, trying hard to prevent my father from finding it. Under the bed, in the wardrobe, under the covers, constantly telling it, "I can do it. I can protect you." When I became an agent and decided to use Bangbu in combat, I handed this doll over to the manufacturer. Surprisingly, during their inspection, they found a tiny recording device inside the doll. As expected, it was already filled with the phrase, "I can protect you." So, impulsively, I transferred the recording data, along with the name Drusilla, to the Bangbu.
A manor? Servants? So you were actually a wealthy heiress living in a mansion when you were younger, Rena? Oh, now's not the time for gossip, though. Let's get back to Drusilla.
Granny was muttering the same thing when she rushed out of the video store with Drusilla. To call it a passcode is actually fitting.
You're saying she mistook Drusilla for one of the sweet cakes and took it out of the store to avoid some kind of danger?
Judging from the ad that affected Granny, her sweet cakes were once, or are now, in danger because of a hollow.
But just what are these sweet cakes? We'll struggle to get to the bottom of things if we're unable to figure that out. However, the competition dropout and Crest of Waves trophy were both real at least. And the Wave sweet cake is still an important clue. I'll bring it back with me and talk to Granny. Oh, I didn't realize how late it was. Sorry to keep the two of you.
It's fine, really. It's not that late.
Thank you. How about I bring some special tea treats I made myself as a token of my appreciation?
There's really no need.
Then I best be off. Please do let me know if Granny turns up at the store again.
Okay. This is as good a moment as any to step away for a couple of minutes. And I'm back. Okay, I'll be
How are
right
you,
back.
Manager? Has Granny been to
Yes.
your store lately?
Alright, if I'm lucky, then I'm actually back this time. I'm not typically lucky.
No. Has something happened?
I obtained the Crest of Waves replica trophy this morning and went to take it over to her. But the place was empty, and her door was ajar. The neighbors say she caused a commotion late last night, banging on doors claiming a holo was coming, and she was going to White Wave Hospital to save the sweet cakes. She's been searching for sweet cakes everywhere for weeks now, so nobody took it seriously, and they convinced her to go back to her room and go to sleep. But by morning she disappeared. She often goes out early to look for the sweet cakes, but this is the first time she hasn't locked her door, and the first time she's mentioned White Waves Hospital. It just seems odd. I filed a missing person report to public security. so I'm just waiting to hear from them now.
Gone to White Waves Hospital to save the sweet cakes. That's a new term.
Searching for information on White Waves Hospital. White Waves Hospital is a renowned, large-scale, comprehensive medical facility in New Eridu. Earlier records go back 41 years to when it was forced to relocate due to a hollow disaster.
Wait, 41 years ago? That's the same year as that competition.
With funding from both the government and the public, White Wave Hospital, which has been relocated several times, retained most of its medical resources.
A white wave? Is it a coincidence? Or have we been wrong from the start? The beauty pageant, the hospital, the wave? There must be a connection between the three. If you'll excuse me, manager, I'm going to contact a friend who works in medicine to investigate.
Let me know if you hear anything about Granny, even if she doesn't remember my name.
Well, as my current client, I must ask you to forgive her rudeness. I'm her maid, so please allow me to remember your name in her stead. Well then, I'll be going. Please don't let my affairs affect you. You have your own business to run, after all.
Touch my tail? And no.
Standing by. Ready for combat.
What is... She is a support. Okay. I can't actually look at her mechanics here, though.
Standing by. Let's move. Ready for combat. Standing by.
could go for a kind of a gimmick team where I try to use Anby as the main damage.
Ready for combat.
Touch mate.
Standing by. Is it nothing to fear? The Cunninghairs are here.
I'll help you.
Good day. Did you need something? My services are expensive. Nothing to fear. The Cunningham.
Huh? Oh, to what do I owe the pleasure? Good day, Proxy.
Ready for combat.
Time for some
I don't really have anyone else to
Standing by.
use,
Let's
though.
move.
What? Man, I think my TV just hates me, huh?